Hey everyone. So before getting into this video, I just want to talk about some points. The purpose of this video is going to be to show the documentation process of the 324 art show titled Bunker. This is something that my studio mates and I have been working on for quite some time now. And this particular art show is really significant to me for many different reasons. I would say that with what I ended up exhibiting and showing for this particular show, it served the purpose of like commemorating, celebrating, and mourning what 324 is for me, as well as for many of my friends as well. I felt as if this was an amazing opportunity and a great opportunity for me to just kind of show all the work I've created in the last few years being a part of the art studio, right? And I felt like as if a lot of the skills that I've developed and learned and what I have become as an artist today wouldn't have been possible had it not been for all the friends and all the experiences I've had ever since getting a studio here at the Citadel, right? And for that reason, like, this is a very sentimental moment for me, a very significant one that I would want to be able to recall and think about. And I would hope that all my friends who see this video, whether it's at the current moment or later in a few years or even decades, like, we could look back and just think of all the fun and meaningful memories that we were able to create together, right? But in addition to that, I felt like with the studio mates and I, we all were initially trying to ideate on a name or a concept for the art show. And like this feeling or theme of mourning and loss kept on coming up. And I think I feel it as well as my studio mates and a lot of our friends as well, where so much change has been happening in our lives. So many different things are in motion, so much growth, so many differences. And I feel like 324 is going to have that experience as well and that significant change. So it's nice having this art show to kind of commemorate and encapsulate what 324 is at the current moment for everyone leading up to that change, right? And change can mean so many different things. And in addition to that, like, change isn't bad, right? Like, I think change is as a result of growth and striving to develop and become a different person or a different thing. And I think with 324 Art Studio, that change is happening soon, especially since for myself as well, like, I've been here for 4.5 years now, and I feel like my time is coming to an end. Despite the fact that the lease doesn't end until February, so I'm gonna be here for a little bit longer. I think I need to move on is how I'm trying to think of the way I would phrase things, right? And I think because of that, I'm like handing off the studio to the studio mates, and I'm hopeful that maybe they would decide to carry on the legacy and create the studio to become their own thing as well. Because I think despite the fact that with the art studio at the current moment is like a culmination of all of us, I feel like a big part of the identity of it is still me. But it'd be cool to kind of like observe and see and experience the changes that they'll create into making 324 into the next iteration of what it will be. And I think being able to be a part of that change as well and seeing it in person is something that I really look forward to as well. And change could be just things from like refurnishing the studio space. I have a lot of stuff in the studio that I am looking forward to kind of just decluttering and getting rid of. And it would be cool to see like how the space is now going to be optimized. In addition to just like, I'm sure with me no longer being around as often as more, right? Like all the partying, all the fun gatherings, like those things are not going to be happening as frequently anymore. And yeah, it's just kind of like being able to acknowledge that 324 won't be the same, but despite that, it'll still be great, right? And it's something that I look forward to. And with the art show, right? It's, again, like, I feel like I'm repeating myself as I'm talking about all this stuff, but it's really sentimental. And all the friends who came out last night, I'm truly grateful that they came out, but also were able to experience that night, but to also be a part of this journey as well. And with that, like with this particular video, it's going to be sectioned off to different parts. I would imagine with like this first chapter is like the introduction. After that, we'll transition to preparation for the art show. The third chapter would be installation. Maybe chapter 4 could be the day of the art show, right? Like, so just recordings of the evening. And then the last chapter is just giving like a studio, or not studio rather, a tour of the gallery space and going through all the art, right? And with that, the last thing I want to say is I'm hopeful that one day, whether it's me or a friend or somebody, like, we're gonna be able to watch this video in the future, right? Years from now, decades, however long it may be, and we can look back and just like recall like all of the wonderful memories that we made, right? I think I'm truly grateful for 324 because it ended up becoming like this third space, this community space for so many different artists. And I think that was something I had always anticipated wanting 324 to become. And it was something that was able to manifest, right? And I think that's like the best thing and the best outcome of how everything is and the way I'll be leaving it as well. All right, so what are you up to?
Dyeing my paper. Printer paper looks boring, so I dyed it with coffee. And it looks way nicer.
How long is that going to take to dry?
I don't think that long. It's already drying up a little bit. Maybe like an hour, Jordan? 2?
Yeah. Are you going to be framing these?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think. If not, they're just gonna go straight on the wall. But probably frame.
So this is what the studio currently looks like. We are all preparing for the art show that's coming up this upcoming week, or rather next week. Studio's honestly going to be a mess for quite some time. I anticipate that being the case for the remainder of the month. Jordan's over here working on this piece. How much longer do you think you have before you're going to be finished, Jordan?
My goal is to do this by Monday, which is like 4 days.
Golden.
Probably not realistic, but we'll see.
Good luck, good luck. Then over here, I've just been editing pictures. I was watching Chainsaw Man, but now it's Adventure Time. Currently in the process of curating what I want to have a part of the art show. Here are some prints and the general landscape of the studio at the current moment, which, as you can tell, Raj is very busy. Everyone, it's currently Friday, June 6th, and I had just woken up from sleeping here last night. I ended up staying here just because I ended up staying quite late just to work on editing pictures, to make prints in preparation for the art show. And as you can see here, the art studio looks quite chaotic just because everyone's getting ready. And I figured it'd be kind of cool to see or record this as like the working and the behind the scenes of how everything's are leading up to what the art show will become. Where the art show will be very polished, right? Very clean, curated. But as you can see here, like, there's just complete chaos at the moment with just people's work out everywhere, among so many other things as well. And the really nice thing about the studio now is just having this futon couch, just because now people can crash as needed, sleep over whenever they have a late night in the studio, going through a work session. And I kind of just record what the loft looks like one last time before we all break it down, right? Because once the art show is done, this could be a perfect opportunity for me and the studio mates to kind of just refurnish the space as well and redecorate it. Kind of like create a new vibe, new experience, just because these plushies and anime posters have been here for years now, and I feel like
these floating frames for Varisa's paintings. So I've been working on these all day. So worked out the proper height and then got it to sit flush with the painting, and then did a nice hard mount in the back. So it's just got like screws going in around all four corners, so it holds it like nice and tight up against the frame.
dude, they look so premium.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the like been really enjoying this process a lot too. So it's like I think yeah, like somewhere down the line, I think that would be pretty fun. But like to be able to do like custom frames and build things out for people. Yeah, like here's a couple like miniature versions of those same frames that I built up, kind of like as like a little mock-up and test just to see what it would be like, see how they would assemble.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna do the same like frames for Leo's piece as well, or?
Actually, for his he was saying just something exactly like this. So probably gonna do like same thickness he said, and then for this one I was able to find.
Wait, I haven't seen the finished piece yet, but the details on this is crazy.
Oh yeah, this one is so sick. Crazy amount of details. It's like me too. It's like the consistency with keeping in with his kind of like theme with those the other spurs that he had drawn up too.
Do you think for installation we should be piecing our pieces together, or should it be like sprawled out?
Ooh, I think in some kind of maybe some I think together might be a good idea, or like maybe like parts that are like similar pieces or things that feel kind of cohesive together. What do you think?
Well, I was thinking, so say like Leo has like all of his pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he has like 6 paintings or something.
Mm-hmm.
Should he group them together for installation,
gotcha.
or should they be like placed like sporadically throughout the gallery space?
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Something to think about.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to think about that. Actually, I didn't really think about that. Like, or like basically talking about like if pieces were kind of like just displayed like all over the gallery versus like having people stuff kind of together.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But I'm kind of leaning towards having it all together, like one artist, all of their pieces collectively together.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe like, yeah, I could see maybe like some kind of a compromise between the two even. Like, I think like having our work kind of grouped together would still be kind of nice, and that like it could, I think like that way you could like really express the full range of kind of things that we're working with, since, you know, like everyone's got a lot of different things. Like I'll probably have like woodworking, photos, and like sewing stuff. And then I think like in that way it's kind of neat that like you can like you know, like be in one place and then see like the kind of like the types of work that somebody does. But maybe something like sort of between those two, like still group people's work together, or like have people's work kind of grouped together and presented together. But then maybe like the way they rearrange, or like sort of like the way that we arrange those groups can be kind of like still maybe like cohesive or like matching in some way.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like especially with I know like because Verise has like the there's another painting that she did that has like a very similar kind of like a Western motif going on.
Oh right.
Yeah, so I think like maybe like still like those could be pretty neat. Like, you know, like still keeping their work like sectioned off and like kind of their own stuff, but like maybe presented like side by side, or like near each other's work, or next to things that kind of make sense together.
True.
Yeah.
What are you holding on to?
Oh yeah, we worked out these scrap woods from a construction site that these were like gonna get torn. Like these were basically just like offcuts that were gonna get thrown out. So I got a whole bunch of this stuff. So luckily for these ones, they were like not too bad. They were about like 30 something inches tall. I think 30. This one was the widest at 30. And then so I just happened to have exactly like 3 of these longer sections that are like 40 or like 50 inches long. So it's like just happened to be the exact amount that we needed to be able to do Leo's frame.
Swag.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to work on the platform yet?
No, actually, yeah. So that part. So tomorrow I'm actually going to be picking up for the school. I have to pick up like a whole bunch of like sheets of like 4x8 plywood. So I think while I'm tackling that, since I'm going to be moving those big sheets, I think that's when I'll go ahead and pick up the wood for that one also.
Swag.
Yeah, and then I was thinking about that. I think that if I drop it off tomorrow after I get those like full sheets of plywood, then what I'll probably do is actually break down the whole thing. Pre-drill it and then kind of assemble it here to make sure that it all fits together right, and then disassemble it and then like haul it over to the gallery itself.
And then, do you think we have time to paint it? It would be probably
so.
like
Yeah,
Friday,
yeah,
right?
Like if I finish it up on Friday, yeah, we could basically.
You could paint it on Friday night.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
we're gonna have a late ass night.
Oh yeah, I figured that too. It was like I was already thinking about bringing like snacks and food and stuff like that.
Swag.
So, yeah, I was like anticipating like potentially just like sleeping at the studio or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Did you convert your sewing machine yet?
No, we're still working on that. Yeah, I got the legs set aside from that desk that you gave me, or the one that you were getting rid of. Yeah, so those ones, probably going to be using those exact sets of legs to build up the new sewing machine desk.
What's up with this chair?
Oh, yeah, actually, so this is a chair that I'm working on right now. This is by an Italian designer. His name's Enzo Mari. And then this one's kind of like a scale model of a version that I'm going to be building a full-scale version for the show.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so it kind of entails like a...
So you made a prototype.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Damn.
like a little miniature, like G.I. Joe size Barbie.
Do you have anything you could put it on? Like a toy of some sort?
Oh, shoot, no. Actually, I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't actually have any collectible stuff here.
Damn. No Ray, no Oscar?
Yeah. I could build a shelf for that, though.
Cool.
Yeah, so gonna be building a full, ideally would like to at least have like one done. Ideally two. The dream version would be 7, so that way each of us would have a place to hang out and sit after the gallery, so we could all just kind of hang out in like the furniture that I built.
Is my like face mask for you?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. Check this out. Zoom in.
I have too much black clothing.
Can never have too much. It's a message to Mel.
What?
Can
Is that
never
something that
have
she
too
said?
much black clothing. Mel says I have too many black jeans. That's not true.
As he's about to dye more stuff.
All right. Bottle number 2. Oh, I shouldn't do that.
You should do that again, dude.
Alright, this time I'll do it from higher. And Steve will stand closer.
Not Jared, go ahead.
Alright. Bottle number 3.
can, but the expectation is just to make it white again.
And you're just so quick, right? To just spin, spin, spin. You're like, oh my god, would maybe put like it's like a lot of videos. So I think right now would be. I've got natural lemon. I think I'll probably get rid of like 20%. Now I can kind of like. It's much easier for me to put on weight. Or like put on muscle. Than lose it. Which is why.
Can you stuff it out in your mouth? Oh, what the fuck?
That like
Can you say that again, Jen? What'd you say?
Damn on Pride Month?
oh my god.
I have a little puddle for you. Okay. I know. How can you eat it though? It looks good. Wait, that's good. I was waiting for the spice.
CJ!
I didn't want to bother them. It was like, how's it going? No, that's good. I think they had performed that picture. I think the most they ever do is like, oh, nice.
Yo!
I got but like see you on Saturday.
Bye. There's a video. Hi, Don.
What are you gonna do with it? It's like I feel like the point of the studio is
Alright, good morning everyone. It is currently Friday morning, the day before the art show, and I kind of want to go through the studio right now just to give you, or rather give everyone an idea of what the studio currently looks like in preparation for the art show. As you can see, it's a complete mess. In addition to that, it was also my birthday yesterday as well, so friends were here celebrating, so you kind of just see food lying around as well. But I think a big part of why I wanted to do this recording real quick is because at that point later today, I'm gonna have to not necessarily break down, but I'm gonna be grabbing all of these collectibles and moving them to I'm gonna be grabbing all these collectibles and then moving them over to the gallery, which means once the art show's done and I need to bring all of these back, obviously it's not gonna be looking the same anymore. And I would honestly begin the process of kind of just like breaking down my collection as well. So I would imagine a lot of stuff will be in storage or end up sold or being gifted to friends, right? Once the art show is completely done, I would need to go through each thing and assess whether or not I want it in my collection or not. And from there, I figure out what I need to do with it next. It's going to be quite the experience. Whether or not I'm going to document it, I'm not entirely sure. I've been recording so much for the past few days now, so I'm kind of burnt out from it all. Especially with tomorrow as well, having to kind of just like document the art show and whatnot. Which I look forward to doing, right? Like, I'm not trying to make it seem as if it's tedious, but it's just, I don't know. Recording, documenting, and just talking to the camera a lot of times, it's quite the experience, to say the least. And yeah, right over here, Alex has been preparing for his set. Jared's right over there, just working on, I'm not entirely sure what he's working on. Jared, what are you working on?
Stencil for painting.
Stencils for painting. And a lot of other pieces that people have been working on are now currently, they've been brought over to the art gallery, so they're not really here at the current moment. But here's some other stuff as well. Yeah, and I would imagine after the art show, we'll finally get started with breaking down the loft as well. Starting to declutter, taking down the anime posters, probably giving away and donating plushies as well. And with that, that is essentially the last day.
People that dance and stuff.
Because at this point, how many photos are there?
Ain't no way I've counted.
This is more than 200.
Probably.
Wow. Yeah, I think if anything, blast that entire corner. Or like, I don't know where to put it. But there's so many. It's gonna.
I'm good right now. All right. Taste test. Can you eat it in one bite?
Yeah.
Swag.
Whoa. Yeah, you should it in one bite. I think you should split it out.
Hey, yo, me too though. I one bite it as well.
That's commitment.
I'll make a funny
Like,
Hola.
oh my gosh. Wait, don't
What?
post it.
I won't.
Okay.
Not until later.
Still kind of dry. Like,
Swag. Plastic halo. Aww.
yeah.
Ta-da! Wait,
The light glowing through the clouds is actually kind of goated.
It's just a saver, actually.
Swag. Yeah, dress appropriately tomorrow.
Appropriately.
Damn, I'm
Show
getting glow.
naked.
Swag.
Show up some baby.
Yeah, I'm like, I fuck these up so bad. Yeah, so bad. But that's theirs. These are here. Yeah, we're gonna.
That makes sense.
Are those the pants? Are those the pants?
Yeah, we're gonna like do like a slow.
Oh, okay, so we're like,
I'm gonna do my photos. Basically,
Hola, happy birthday.
thank you.
yeah.
You be the time he's like, damn, you're just taping them? I'm like, yep, it's cheap paper, so I'm like, I don't really care.
But illustrations though.
But like I could actually see why. Because your mind is all thinking and then you're like your mind is trying to process. It's just I don't know, I can see.
Yeah, actually, yeah, the slowly getting it again, right? When I forgot my tools at the workshop, I think that 200 time just might take me a little more time. But yeah, I got there's a bunch of my stuff that
I was doing the same thing.
Perfect. I had to put it close to the light.
Swag. Hell yeah.
Alright. 1,
2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you.
You look so fucking tired.
We're all tired. We're all cooked right now. Happy birthdays.
Happy birthday, Alex. And so hot.
And the cake?
And because of you, it's officially a pizza party.
Oh, your birthday.
Have a slice of pie.
It's officially a pizza party now because of you.
Oh,
Yay!
I don't even know if you're hungry, but if you are, it'll be up to you. Cheers.
Can you open it?
Open it. Grand reveal. Yubi, John, Daisy. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Pizza.
Alright, Adrian, can you eat one in one bite?
One bite.
Go, Adrian.
No cheese.
Great, UV. Can you eat a pizza slice in one bite?
What? Slice in one bite? Oh, God.
Come on.
You do it?
I'll do it. Okay, I'm down. Let's go. You go first.
Which one?
I mean, that's up to you.
Okay. A mushroom sounds like... Actually, a mushroom might hurt more.
Alright, let's see your technique.
I'm just going to stab myself with it. Okay.
Oh!
oh my god. That it's possible.
Alright, who wants to hold this?
He ran away.
Alright, Steve, your turn.
Steve's gonna do it next.
He actually did this.
Alright, technique.
Dude, it's because he like crumpled it up. Yeah, that's kind of genius. You should be like a hot dog. Joey said.
Swag.
Yeah. I think I deserve a Zal for that.
I think maybe the best thing to do is hang everything now, and then we can do perfect measurement when we wake up and not tired. Right?
Pizza.
That's crazy.
This next one. Yeah, it's kind of like, this one's like kind of more like further out. Like, kind of like higher probably. This one I feel like it's a little more
What are you up to?
I'm kind of working on the layout for this thing. So kind of figuring out where it's going to go.
Swag. Alright, it's time to go back to the studio. It's been quite the day. Feel like I'm almost finished, which is great. My feet are killing me at the current moment. The current moment, I just said that too, but again, as a result of exhaustion, I'm gonna just get repetitive into things I say, but I believe Jared is currently working on a piece still. It is about 2 a.m. right now. Maybe even 3. At this point, I kind of like lost track of time as well. I hear someone though, which is interesting. Might actually be Hui and Lucky who have just left, because Hui has a studio right here. But documenting this walk is quite nice too, just so kind of have a good look of what this place looks like. It's one warehouse. Alright, time to grab the keys. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. And we are now back to 324. There's Jared working away. Table was brought to the gallery to be utilized for Alex when he's playing. And yeah, studio is just a big ass mess, but it's all good.
Bunk bed, it got chopped up into my bed frame, and then after that it was like a shelf for a while.
Bunk bed from that old place in Sounds in near Andrew Hill?
Yeah. It was like originally it was like a 2-tier bunk bed. I had a desk under it, and then after that I had like the knocked out the closet wall and then made a little like a loft setup.
I remember that was the craziest bedroom I've ever seen. And then BDS is over here helping me out with putting up final pictures. You mentioned my name.
Yeah, I'm helping Steve.
Swag. TY. Almost done. This is like kind of second to last thing. Putting up final pictures and then laying out the toys, and then I'll be done. And then I need to go run some errands. But it's all coming together. Oh, and for context, this is a t-shirt that my mom got me when she went to Vietnam. Quite crazy. Yeah, there's all there is to say about that. Could you send it out? That's crazy. Bunker for real. This is the bunker install. We need one white food in there.
One waifu?
One white food.
You pick.
Yes.
Oh, I see the good one.
Yeah, can you grab that one?
Okay, so. Oh.
Rip.
Yeah. We should let. Is this too crazy?
No, that's the theme. It's the bunker.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You guys have like sanitized scissors?
Unfortunately not.
I wonder if we might have some.
This here is the green room.
Find something to put on the screen. Ask her for that.
So that can't really. So you
Oh
can't.
my god, bro almost killed it.
That would have sucked.
What the hell just happened?
Casualties.
I think we're good right now. Yeah, thank you.
Stacking. I feel like
He lighted up. Ta-da!
Cover the battery box too. Oh, not it. Watch out, just. Did you make this?
Nah, my mom.
Mom?
It was a gift from my mom.
If you like stand from this angle, it looks hella wonky.
No, it's because my face is tuned.
Huh? Your face is face tuned?
Yeah,
Oh, she did it for you?
whoever printed the shirt did.
That's so weird. Can you like put your face in here?
You want it on the floor?
What is that?
What is that? Oh, skin. Some key?
Oh my god, we forgot the lights.
It's okay. Jordan has it now. Cheers.
Cheers. It's really pretty.
I'm like shameless. What is it? Advertisement. It's by It's on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Swag, swag.
Yeah.
You should have had like a little sign or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go in.
You next.
Who's moving?
Jordan's and Leo's. Is that Darren's contribution to Geek Bars?
Yeah, that's just fire.
Are we smoking? Swag.
Last one. I'm gonna go see if I can get the fan thing.
It's a video.
Oh.
Swag. R.I.P.
Okay.
Proud of day for it to die. This was the perfect day.
Wait, I have the DSLR in the studio.
Nah, I'd rather just be consistent with it. If not, it's good.
I don't even think
I think bro's making it worse.
it's like dented, right? I'm gonna be like
GG. 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 You do whatever. Swag.
unravel it and then put it there.
Yeah. Can't be sad when it's time to celebrate.
I knew it was gonna be like this. Wait, let's do this.
Are you mourning 324? RIP 324?
RIP 324.
IRP. It's over. Finito.
324 is canceled.
Yes.
Cancelled. 324 is done for. Goodbye.
Wait, dude, I'm so sorry. I don't know. Justin,
And like we put flowers on you,
Can you say that again?
or are you gonna lay nude and we're gonna put flowers on you?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Reese. Save.
Oh, I forgot to say your card. That's yours? Oh, that's super cool.
Good. I didn't think that far.
You want me to toss it?
I mean, fuck it for the video. YOLO. What was that?
Really nice picture race.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Chad.
Where's Joe at? He flipped it?
I'm in the book. I'm in the book.
Who is that?
Swag.
Wait, what? Oh!
Recording.
I mean, it's good pressure, right? Yeah, it's good.
Hi y'all.
Happy birthday, dude. He put you on a t-shirt.
My mom.
Justin, that's some fucking bullshit. You're a fucking liar.
It's like we used to have fun, like Steve and all of us used to go like we just hit each other up and go get.
Hi y'all. Frankie. There's a video.
Okay, I was like,
Keith, Darren, Pat. There's a video. Video. Swag. Excuse me. Hey.
belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Tony. It's a recording.
Every 3 pages.
Swag, as you know.
Dude, that's so funny. I know. I was just telling Rita, I was like, "Yo, we're hella old now. We're just old and busy and can't do this anymore."
Cam. It's crazy. Crazy.
Wait. Nice. Oh, that's our freshman. Dude, that's you. Dude, it's you right now. That's you. Everyone here. No, I don't have a sleeve for you though. I don't have a sleeve.
Wait, that's crazy. Symbolic. Wait, you gotta open my
Shit, I didn't get shit. That was the hit. I'm not I just
Tony and Eric.
Open it.
Wait, me too.
Okay, wait, let me put this down. Now you gotta use your hourglass. Don't crack the temple. Are you cool? He's big. I got a shiny Cyndaquil.
I got a Yan Mega.
Skarmory and Narcissus. Oh, yeah, that's a how much is that? Steve, what's your part? Hold on. Dude, I swear to God, that's a fucking hit, bro. Okay, that works too. Yan Mega?
Where you at?
Should we,
And then Zaid, Griffin, where y'all at? Swag. IRP 324, but also to celebrate it as well.
What?
IRP, but also to celebrate. Wee!
Hi, Steve. Congrats, dude. She looks fucking awesome.
Out in Antioch, I fucking hate taking that.
Swag.
It's ass, bro. I hate them.
What up, man?
Derek. Will, Brandon, CJ. Annie, Taylor, Tomas. Swag. Ivy Tram.
Casey.
Come bring the flowers over here. Excuse me. Wanna lay it out?
Do it?
Yeah. You can do it. It's a video.
Nice to meet you, Adam. Steve!
Swag. Come bring the flowers. TY. Y'all wanna come in? Let's go. Zayd. Swags.
All the way.
Hey, I can feel that shit.
Oh, whose birthday is it?
Alex. What's up?
Can you do it again but say happy birthday, Steve?
I guess.
Where'd the cake go?
I have no idea. I'm too fucked up for this shit. Excuse me. Thank you.
Congrats!
Whoa!
My first time meeting both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, probably mine too.
Jordan said happy birthday, Alex and Steve.
Swag. Thank you so much. You were here all this time.
Hell yeah, brother.
Everybody start dancing! Please film me!
Yes!
Yes.
They're not even Filipino. Just do that later. Just do it for the reels. I know it's really hard.
Like, I don't like to show them.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen you all night. What the fuck?
You got here like at 10 o'clock.
Swag.
Did any of them see you outside?
I am.
Sick. Alright, bet.
I lost count.
I swear to God, Steve, you better hit 6 before the end of the night.
Welcome. Come check it out. Come check it out. You gotta get back. If you're listening, they're playing really cool music right now. They're playing super cool. You can express yourself externally, right? Within the real world? Yeah, come on. Your sister's looking for you, Joe.
Joe, Annie's looking for you.
Oh, okay. Where's that? Your younger sister? Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad, my bad.
Video reporting.
Shirt for real. Yo, I'll take it. $5. $5.
Starting it off. 5.
I think I learned something like you get
Swag.
didn't work as well.
You found your bait?
I bought a new one for $55.
People like they don't understand credit or they don't understand the difference between credit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's a video. Actually, like.
seen this area yet.
Walk in.
Got the mini 324 here.
Swag. Hey everyone, so it is currently Sunday, which is the day after the art show, and I'm finally getting a chance to kind of just do a walkthrough of the gallery space, as well as all of the art that my friends and I had put up. I'm going to start off with my area, and after that I'll kind of just like work around clockwise. I'm also going to point 5 real quick too, just so we have a good look at everything. One thing I do want to point out with my general area is it's a combination of my work as well as a lot of my close friends as well. As we were trying to figure out some stuff with installation, I figured that it would kind of just make sense for me to group all my like close friends' artwork with me. But coincidentally, something that's really interesting as well is just the fact that a lot of people's work that I have on display in my area complements mine as well, just because there's a lot of colors. So I guess we'll get started with this right here. So with these photos, these are what I would regard as my best work. I initially wanted them on display on the wall as well, but that would just been too much time and effort. And I just didn't felt compelled to do it after having done the installation for the Digicam pictures. So I took one of the podiums and kind of just like laid it horizontally. And then from there, kind of just like have them all spread out here. Right, so in a way, it was also kind of like interactive where people could go through the pictures as well. From there, here are some toys from my collection that Dark Magician Girl was gifted to me by Zaid. The Ray figure was gifted to me by Will, and then with the Agumon figure that was gifted to me by Matt. This Miffy is something that resides in the 324 art studio. And this was gifted to me by Alex this past year during my birthday. And I would say with my area / this part of the art gallery, I felt like it might have been intentional subconsciously, I suppose, but this whole thing was meant to kind of like commemorate what 324 was for me, as well as for a lot of people, right? I feel like this art show had many purposes, had maybe many different ideas, themes, and whatnot. And I think one of it was just this idea that this is kind of like an end of an era and the closing of a chapter. I suppose like with the next iteration of 324 and the next, like, I don't want to get repetitive, but I guess the best way to phrase it is just the next chapter of it all, right? It's going to be very different from what it was the past few years. So yeah, like keep in mind, like 324 Art Studio has existed for 4.5 years now. And I think with everything I laid out here, it served the purpose of capturing what 324 was for me, as well as for many friends as well. Also, VDs and Jordan are here. We're currently dying. I turned off the fan for the recording. So this right here is a combination of my friends' work as well as stuff from my collection, things that resonate with me greatly from the last few years. Like these plushies are from my friend Sarah, who had made them. There's some like plastic halo stuff, which is my friend's Will work. Good amount of like layer 22 as well, which is David. Crazy enough, this camera is the camera that I had been using for the past few years to take all these pictures. And I actually broke it last night. But I guess like out of all the times or moments it could have possibly have been broken or gotten broken, this would be the perfect time, right? Kind of just like going back to the idea of like it's the end of a chapter. So maybe it just means now's the time to get a new camera and create new memories and create new work with that. The rip dye is there because that's something that me and my friends have been doing quite a lot the past few months now, just dyeing our clothes black. And then we have Metaphysica plushie. I had helped them out with some product photography before, and they gave me this plushie dog, or dog plushie. S double shot cigarettes, something that we would be smoking a lot whenever friends would be traveling internationally. It's pretty common for people to just give me cigarettes as like a souvenir gift of some sort. There's a Renji Murata figure. I feel like Miffy is a very popular character in the studio. There's just so many Miffy stuff everywhere. Some CDs, such as the Scott Pilgrim music soundtrack. There's a Domu-kun DJing right there. And then Decoupon little charm that Tariq had made quite some time ago. From there, we have this Gargomon figure, which is what kind of made the whole collecting thing even really started, honestly. This particular figure is really important to me, and I definitely wanted to have it on display. And then this general area here, there are some prints made by my friend Hui. Hui made this one as well. There's also this one right here. And then this. And then Hui had also made these clay pieces as well. And I could recall, like, I can't remember what year it was. It was like maybe like 2 years ago. He had asked me if I could help him out with like photographing these. So that was cool. And then here is a patch to commemorate my friend Patty, who unfortunately had passed away quite some time ago. And with that, there's like other parts throughout the art installation too to kind of like commemorate who Patty was. So there's a picture of Patty right here as well. And then if I go right over here, there's another picture of Patty, right? From there, I can go over here. So this particular piece was made by Griffin. And then the painting below is made by Anna. Shout out to Anna, who helped me a lot with installation, because initially I was having a really hard time just getting the double-sided tape to be perfectly aligned. And without her help, honestly, this would have been even more stressful than it already was. And then there on the right side, it's Zaid's painting. And I kind of grouped Griffin and Zaid beside one another as well, just because they're both close friends. And then right beside Zaid is a photograph I took of Brian. I think this particular picture is really cool just because that red light wasn't necessarily post-processed on Photoshop. Typically, whenever you use a digicam and you try to take a picture in low lighting, it kind of like creates this red light glow, right? So we're kind of like utilizing that for this particular photo shoot. And then up there is the 324 banner. And then to the right is a print of Annie Doe that I had created for another art show that had happened quite some time ago. Funny enough, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with that print, so I ended up throwing it away eventually, just because, as you could tell, it's like torn up, it's ripped, distressed, all that stuff. And then I believe the studio mates found it in the trash. They kind of just like took it back into the studio. And ever since then, I kind of just like left it in a bag. And now it's here on display for this art show as well. This right here was made by my friend Tomas. And I guess before I get to the right side, I do want to just do a quick scan of all these pictures as well. I don't think I'll really have the time to kind of like talk about each shot, but I do want to have just a recording of all the pictures, right? And with these pictures, once more, they were all recorded on, not recorded, photographed with a digicam. The camera at the time before the hype started, I bought the camera for like $100. Unfortunately, I broke it last night, right? So I'm gonna have to buy a new one. And from what I could tell, like people are now charging like $200 for them. which is unfortunate. Here is a self-portrait of me. But yeah, I think what I really like about shooting with digicams is just one, it's convenient. You can also get like really cool like color grading just from playing with the white balance, right? Like you could tell like these colors on these photos have like so much, they're very saturated, right? Especially like looking at this blue one with the snow. It's just like very saturated colors, which on one hand you could get on Photoshop if you put in the effort to like edit it to it to look like that. But I think just being able to like play with the white balance and doing it with convenience is something that I really enjoy. And on top of that, what I really love about shooting with digicams as well is just the fact that you're kind of pushing yourself to work with composition as well as just being creative, right, with the limitations of the camera as well. And with these pictures, like, these are all just like, because digicams are so casual, like I'm not trying to get the best shot, right, but rather taking pictures for the sake of memory purposes. And coincidentally, I think my pictures, when pieced together cohesively together, or not cohesively, but collectively together, you also see kind of like a sense of cohesion as well, right? Like, I'm sure you kind of like draw a lot of different ideas or feelings from looking at all these pictures together. I think things that come to my mind is just the idea of like memories and nostalgia. That's a photo of Matt getting his first tattoo from Zaid. And then this picture of Darren, Taylor, who was once in 321. Alex and Anna. I have a ton of photos of Alex, but I mean, it makes sense because we were living together and we were also very close friends as well. And there's a picture of Carissa, and right over there is Cam. And then if I go down here, here is a photo of the studio mates and I carving pumpkins on Halloween. This might have been like 3 years ago or something like that. And then over here is us just dyeing some clothes black. This is probably the first black dye bucket. We usually only dye black clothes. We haven't done any other colors since. And then from there, some more pictures as well. It's getting a bit hard to show all these as well. And then in this corner, Jan had gifted me this Blitzcrank plushie last night as a birthday gift. And then moving on, I'm not sure if I had a chance to talk about that yet, but this is a photo of Reese that I had took. And then this particular piece is a plastic halo by my friend Will. And then these two paintings right here were done by my friend Josh. I really love this big one. At a 0.5, maybe we could see it, just the entire piece. I ended up intentionally pairing these three together, right? Because they kind of all have like religious themes and motifs, or at least this one and this one right here. And then having the Oscar and Ray figure in the center between the two, just because, again, another reference to like religious themes. And then from there are my digital prints that I had created. All of these were made with Blender or Photoshop. A lot of my work, the way I would describe it, is like abstract shapes with a lot of color and kind of like cyber internet-esque themes and motifs and details. I think one of my favorite ones of all time would be the crosshair one. And then this one as well, where it's just kind of like a bunch of colors exploding out of like a white canvas. Here is a dog I had created on Blender. And then there are these ones right here as well as this one right here. Another one of my favorite would have to be this one right here. And then there's that. The only issue I have with these is I wish the colors were more vibrant, because on my laptop, they are super colorful and bright, but I ended up using a printing service that isn't necessarily for like digital prints anyways. It was more like a photo print type of shop, I suppose is the best way to phrase it, right? So again, like their printers may not be calibrated for efficient printing for like digital work like this. But despite that, like it still came out really good, which I'm really happy about. And then it's kind of what the gallery looks like at the current moment. Really nice natural lighting. Fortunately, really bad airflow, so we're just like straight up dying in here right now. Jordan's kind of just like documenting, photographing everything. And then the last thing that I have on display were these photo albums. This is a bouquet that my friend Anna had made for me for my birthday a few days ago. And I figured I'd just have it on display just because it was really beautiful. And here are some albums. With these pictures in particular, like, they kind of just serve the purpose of for memory's sake, right? Like they're not my best work, or they're just very casual or candid, right? But I really like having these out and giving the people the opportunity to kind of just like flip through them, because I don't know, it kind of just like shows what life was like for the past few years. From the beginning of it all, right? When I first got the keys to the studio to what has become now. Maybe I'll get a chance to get to flip through everything. And then there's this one as well. On the cover here are the homies, Riley and Raina. This is a very significant picture. These people are here. Adrian, Darren, Jen, and Reese. We used to do so many photo shoots together, and we would call ourselves the press club. So that was really cool. Go to Fanime. Here's a photo of Eric and Vin. Oh, if I go back here, this is what the studio used to look like way back then. And then this is my first time meeting Hui, which was he's the one who credited those pieces right over there. Here is Grayson, Dawn, Lena, Tomas. Oh. This picture is crazy. We were going to so many different DIY underground renegades. There is Jared in the back, and at the time Junie was performing. So there's that. So yeah, overall I'm like really happy with how this entire like area ended up turning out looking like. I really like how, again, like I mentioned already, how colorful it looks, but also playing with levels, right? Like it's not just like being viewed and experienced on one perspective, but like because I'm installing things in like layers and like different tiers, I think that also adds to everything as well. Like I really like how everything looks very scattered and very maximalist, but despite that, like it feels cohesive still, or it looks very intentional. And honestly, like I think that aspect of installation was fun, like kind of just piecing things together. I think the actual experience of like putting stuff up was honestly not fun at all. But from there, I'm gonna go through everyone else's work as well. So if we go over here, we have VD's work, a bunch of sketches that she has drawn, as well as these really beautiful illustrations as well. And with these, I remember she mentioned that, and I saw it too, she was dyeing these with like coffee to get them to turn out to look like this. And then there's this one right here as well. And then these pieces right here. This one is by Yubi, and then their partner Daisy. And if at 0.5, just kind of how everything looks like at the moment. Super pretty. And then we go over here. I feel like I'm gonna have to consistently go in between like 0.5 and returning to the original perspective, just to capture everything. There's a good amount of work too that are from people that I don't know personally, and those are just like the homies of the studio mates. But this one's really cool. And then these blank frames are all done by Adrian. Frames were made by him. And then from there, the way it was installed kind of like was staggered throughout this corner. Do you know anything about this chair?
About the chair?
Yes. It's like a reference to like a popular chair of some sort.
So it's based off of a template made by a designer, Enzo Mari. And basically it was kind of, from what I kind of picked up, is it's like, I actually recognized the pattern of the chair before I knew that Adrian made it, but basically it's like it was like a kind of like an anti-mass overproduction kind of thing. It was kind of like to clash against the industrialization of Italy, I think. So basically the artist, instead of selling these chairs, was giving out the templates for free for people to be able to make a chair with basically like anything that they could, you know, just some plywood, anything that's like laying around.
Nice.
It's a really comfortable chair and it looks cool.
Yeah, so Adrian made this miniature version of it as a replica or like a prototype before making the bigger iterations of them as well. And then, let's see, probably one of my favorite pieces, which is just this, the laser, how do I phrase it? Like laser scanner wood backing that Adrian uses. And then at times he would just like carve random imagery into it. So there's two pictures of Ray and then some other stuff as well. And then there's this piece as well. It's cool seeing this because I actually have seen this in person before, elsewhere. And yeah, I think it's just really creative, like kind of just doing street photography, but also kind of like doing it in this way, right, where you're kind of like, how to phrase it, like
It's like poetry, like a poem.
Yeah.
It's all on one film stuff, or like on one, all in one roll.
Oh.
So he'll go on walks and then find like a sign that has a W or an R, and then kind of spell something out, all on that one roll, and then he'll scan all the negatives, and it will, you know, that his poetry comes out.
That's so sick.
Yeah, this is a piece from Jai Tanju. He's a legend here to me in San Jose. Yeah, not even just contained to San Jose, but he did a lot of documenting, like, you know, subcultures and scenes in like the 90s and 2000s, and with skateboarding and like, you know, the old Joy team and everything from San Jose. So yeah, Jai's a legend. He's super inspiring to me.
Nice.
And it's the Seeing Things Gallery.
Where's that located at?
It was located so they used to have a couple different spots, but the last iteration of it was at Black and Brown. Like on the upstairs I have there. And rumor has it could be coming back soon, hopefully. One of the coolest galleries in San Jose, in my opinion.
Swag. There's this as
It's
well.
a piece from Bill Daniel. Yeah, I think it was a part of a book project, but Bill's also just a legend, documenting freight train monikers and hobo culture and stuff like that. It's super prolific, did a bunch of stuff.
Nice. Now this one is crazy though, because this one's yours. Yeah. All airbrush. Saw the beginning to ending of all this. We have Jared right over there. Let's get a nice detail shot of this. Got a matcha latte, Bestogue.
Craigslist misconnections.
Craigslist misconnection. I want to say RIP to Craigslist. Had almost everything.
Yeah.
Before all the,
Craigslist is goated.
like, I don't know how to phrase it right now, but like, yeah, it was just like a crazy place. Wild, Wild West, for sure. So let's actually read this. We sat face to face on a morning train southbound, unable to stop our eyes from meeting. You sipped matcha and swayed softly to music I couldn't hear. Your stop arrived before my courage could. Words tethered to my throat, breath held tight within my chest. The train pulled away, and so did my chance. By the grace of fate, if you see this and felt that fleeting moment too, reply with the color of your bag so I know it's you. I would love another chance. Damn. And you wrote that?
I wrote that.
Damn.
What I was playing with here is just, the idea of misconnections. I think it's a really interesting thing where it's like kind of romantic, and then it's also kind of like obsessive and weird and like stalkery, but also like so human, but then it's all online, so it just has this awkward tie over where you know, sometimes like human life and just emotions and feelings and technology don't really over, you know, they don't really cross that well, they don't really blend into each other, and sometimes since they don't translate as well, sometimes you get awkward things like this where you're just reading these you know, very antisocial kind of things that get put out there because someone didn't have the courage to maybe speak to someone in the moment, but the attraction stuck with them. They're longing for that.
So then,
for that connection.
this implies this is just a fantasy, right? The heart?
That's all open to interpretation. I don't even know.
So it's open to interpretation,
Yeah,
right?
I don't even know what happened.
So whether or not they ended up
Maybe
connecting
it
or
was
not.
successful, or maybe it's all a fantasy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Crazy. This one right here, made by Jared in 3 hours, right before the art show. Crazy in itself. All done with airbrushing as well. I really like just like that pop of pink right there. And then moving on, we have this piece by Jordan. Not going back, but this is now Leo's. So for the past few pieces, those are all my Studio Meets pieces that they have been working on. And then right here, this one is by Jared as well. This right here is by Leo. It's a rooster. And then if you can see on the panels as well, on the corners, there's also the razors that roosters use to do cockfights. Some ceramics, an installation by Leo. There's this as well. Definitely one of my favorite pieces by Leo is this right here. I feel like with this particular art show, right, like there's just so much good work up, and I don't know, sometimes art shows, especially when it's DIY, can come off very amateurish. But I feel like with this, it's like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that people were making, I would regard as like some of the best work that I've ever seen. Over here, it's like an installation of 324 Art Studio, where the studio mates grabbed a bunch of stuff lying around in the studio to create this installation. And I think the other thing that's really cool too is like the art show name is Bunker, right? And in a way, like being in 324 Art Studio kind of feels like we're in a bunker. And we're just in there, just making art, kind of self-isolating ourselves from the world. It's there for safety purposes, right? Among other different reasons, where the case may be. Just hanging out with friends. And yeah, like this installation serves that purpose of just commemorating what does it feel like to be in 324. So here we have a bunch of CDs. Let's see what else we have. And then this installation here. This is a piece made by Jared. The flail is made by Leo. This flag was made by Adrian. Super cool. Bunch of geek bars. I think Darren dropped these off, which is funny. Sewing machine right here. And then just a bunch of books, DVDs. Really cool painting of Princess Peach doing her moves on Super Smash Bros. The calendar that BDs had made. Poor Sonic, who had lost his nose. And then that glass mirror. I remember buying those when I first moved to the studio from IKEA. There's like a bunch of them that I got for like photo shoot purposes. Photo of Yubi. And then, let's see. CDs over there just lying down on the ground. I guess I could just go over here next. So last night, we also had some friends DJing, doing like an ambient experimental set. And then those flowers there, we had asked for friends to drop off flowers just to commemorate and celebrate and also mourn the ending of 324, right? Then we have here this really cool piece by Jordan. Pants that Derek had made. And then you look up. There's also some pictures up there as well. Printed and then installed. So that way you can be viewed in this perspective. That is also by Jordan. All three of these are by VDs. I'm gonna take the time to showcase. This one is super detailed. Let's have a closer look at it actually. And there's this one as well. And then the last thing I will be showing is going to be this catapult that Adrian had made. He said that the wood was from his old bunk bed. And funny enough, like as he was like constructing this together, he realized he still had like a strip of Velcro on it. So he attached a bunch of these like patches to it. And all these bags are bags that he had made. This one in particular is quite crazy because it's like a one-to-one replica of an acronym bag that he was able to make just using with like his own like print fabric, is I guess best way to phrase it. And then another thing that I really loved that he had made in the past was like this joint holster. And yeah, with that, that is the 324 art show titled Bunker. Thank you so much for watching all of this. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to be sequencing this video, but it's definitely going to be sectioned off into chapters or sections rather, just because again, like this whole process, this whole journey was a culmination of so many different things, right? It was from preparation to install to the day of the show, and now getting to the last part, which is just giving this this tour of the gallery space. I unfortunately won't have any footage of the breaking down process just because I have work tomorrow, and I think we're not planning to break anything down quite yet, just because we want to sort of get a chance to be immersed in here and just have this full experience one more day. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching. And to my friends who are watching this, whether that's at the current moment, meaning right now when this video was uploaded, or sometime in the future, whether that's a couple months from now, a few years, a decade, right? I would hope that watching this brings back a lot of happy memories for you, right? Because again, that's what 324 was for me and for a lot of us. It was kind of just honestly like a safe space for us to just be ourselves, to have fun, to make art, to be unapologetic, right? It was just all these things that separated us from society, right? We kind of like found this place at this warehouse and made it our own. I generally feel like what we created together is quite legendary and something that I'm truly grateful I had the opportunity to experience. And with that, thank you everyone, and take care. We got canes.
Oh my god. Well, it's gonna be even more hydrating now.
Swag. Time to have a sip.
That's all you.
Tasty. Thank you.
Of course.
Yes, please. I want to get the proper olive.
Oh, is it just like the texture kind of like change it up?
Yeah.
Man, I wish we had lime.
We also put another one
I'm
on
understanding.
it. And
At least it's real great.
we look at
I
that
hate
too,
eating
chance to
split.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Oh yeah,
Wait, put that stencil on there and the tattoo that
Can I have that as garnish?
we're playing with one of those.
Can you
Had a
spoil it?
piece and then we had a bunch of 324s. Had like a 324.
Oh my fucking god, it keeps happening!
That's
I'm
hilarious.
gonna blow someone's cholesterol out fucking leave, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I added too much salt.
So snacky right
Yeah, I
now.
was like, now I don't feel like.
Everyone's like, damn, I wish this was over.
How is it?
Yeah,
don't know.
everyone's like,
I can't tell if it's good or not.
Just here for the
All right. You want to dip it in?
Super hot fire. Sweet.
That's probably good in it.
5 out of 5?
That's a sleeper build right there.
Hey. What's up? Did you drink?
We'll do this.
Ready?
I want originally.
Alright, it's cake time. You hold it. Are we cutting it together?
Yeah, what? I love these paintings. These paintings are fucking crazy.
It's your birthday?
Yo.
Really?
2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Weirdest quarter of the day, like, fucking trying to like, just hope